Alright, guys, welcome to game 2 of Mineski versus CDEC. Awesome start there by Mineski. Lumi, we had a nice long break that I think CDEC, wanted to have a little smoke. You want to put your legs up?
I mean, I can, right?
You enjoyed it so much?
There's no cameras on us.
Why the hell not? So, game 2.
Lena.
Big question is, will Huskar get banned?
I think so. I think it deserves a ban.
Do you even need to now that the Doom has emerged?
I mean,
you get that Ags. Also Lena, by the way, so a double counter to a farmed Huskar. You've got the pure damage Laguna.
That is
the
true.
Aghanims upgraded
that
Doom.
Is true.
See you later.
Well, I think the more important thing is they took out Dazzle. I think Dazzle is the crux of that lineup, actually.
That's actually a very good point.
So probably we're not going to see a Huskar pickup, but Doom has a pretty amazing win rate in 6.85 last time I heard.
What is his actual win rate?
I'm not
sure. The hero's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm actually curious what his win rate is.
All right. Feet off the
table. Time for a little Lumi math.
All right. I mean, it's not math at all. I'm just looking it up. Dat Dota Doom.
All right. While you're looking that up, let's recap where the draft is going. So the Io and Dazzle both get removed by CDEC, as you mentioned. Ember getting banned by Mineski, but it's a second phase Ember ban. And interestingly, Darkseer, the offlaner that never really gets this far in Europe, has slipped by.
Again, he was second phase picked last time as well, right?
Yeah. Definitely some regional differences as we're back to the waiting screen now.
Are we back to the okay?
Hey, we're on the waiting screen now. Guys, there's a draft happening. We were in the draft. Now we're back on the waiting screen. Bounty Hunter just got picked by Mineski, though. I'm very confused. So I guess the ghetto Night Stalker in this patch, Lumi,
No.
You get Night Stalker, you settle for your bounty.
No, I think he's actually better.
You think he's better?
Well, no, not better. He's different. Sorry.
Than
better.
Flying Map Pack.
No, Flying Map Pack is good, but you also get more gold by getting kills. Are we casting? Are we casting?
Hey guys, really any direction is fine. Just I have no idea.
Talking to chat, then we're talking to production, but we're back. We're back. All right. So you're saying Bounty Hunter's the poor man Night Stalker?
Yeah. Generally, I only see Bounty Hunter get picked if Night Stalker's banned, just because he gives you like the laning pressure,
Yeah, I think a reason that Mineski has it is that CDEC is known to pick it quite a bit, and they're very successful with it. But Bounty Hunter, to me, okay, Night Stalker is really good at chasing, but that's mostly on his own. I think Bounty Hunter helps your entire team chase, which is a big part.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
also
generally teams picked him more for the track gold and the vision though. But obviously the vision got a huge nerf in the most recent patch.
It's mostly gone at this point. But now
forget
Slaughter.
about it.
Okay, well Slaughter will give you vision.
Yeah. So now for Mineski, I guess Tusk off lane and bounty support. I really don't see them running to run a bounty and Tusk support. But if they did that, then they could fit in their third core. I think most likely they'll be looking for support here from Mineski. They're already pretty melee heavy. Versus Lena, that can be a bit dangerous.
Yeah, also I feel like CDEC, I'm not sure whether you think it's a strength or weakness, LD, is their team is very single target focused. You have the Doom, you have the Laguna. Would you say against this team like Queen of Pain, Tusk, Slaughter, all of these heroes really need to shut down, right? Like, you can't just say, all right, Slaughter, we're going to ignore you throughout the game. I feel like, I don't know. I'm not sure whether I like CDEC's draft. I'm not sure where you stand on this.
I think it's just very safe, and to me, CDEC is just an overall better team than Mineski. Like individual skill-wise, I would say they're better in terms of execution in the mid game. That game, they were very sloppy and they got punished. But I feel like if it's a standard game, 8 or 9 times out of 10, CDEC should win that game. So I don't mind them being very standard with their draft. And I mean, you can't argue with first pick Doom, right? Shiki's Lena is amazing. I forget who it was. Was it MLG or ESL? One of those events, he went like 18-2-8 and just single-handedly won his team the game. So I can't argue with those two picks. Rubik's a little unusual. Decent counter initiation against Slardar. Doesn't do anything against the snowball. Some good spells to steal, but is he going to live to steal them? I'm not sure. But it kind of leaves their options open. And then Clockwork just a great offlaner against 3 melee heroes. So I'm fairly happy with CDEC's draft so far. The one thing though is Mineski have a very scary snowball lineup. If they start getting ahead, the track kills, amp damage, Roshan, like the map is theirs for the taking.
Yeah, I think the big difference between this game and last game is that, remember Jesse Vash, he was roaming around with Night Stalker and doing absolutely nothing? I feel like this is an excellent roaming game for Bounty Hunter, conversely. Like, what is Rubik really going to do to you in the early stage of the game? Lina needs that sentry protection on the mid lane, so I feel like right from the get-go, Bounty Hunter already has a lot more room to move with. And some of the stronger Bounty Hunter, at least in the early game, has already taken out. For example, Spirit Breaker is excellent against Bounty Hunter, but first banned out here by Mineski. And now we see Disruptor as the last pickup here, giving them even more chase. So if Mineski starts a team fight by winning, you could see that CDEC...
if you're not running.
Yeah, you're actually just dying. Yeah, you're just dying. So I feel like this is, like you said, a very strong snowball lineup here for Mineski. I think...
That said, they are terrible at playing from behind because they have, like, almost
no...
They have
Treco.
Well, that's true. But in terms of, like, actually taking the fights, if they somehow win the fights, then yeah, I fully agree. Then they're great at catching up, but they have what to D-push. They have shards. That's it. That's, like, their only D-push, really.
Sonic Wave.
Sonic Wave if you get an Ags, I guess. And now CDEC grabbed the Wind Ranger. So I feel like CDEC's the more balanced, well-rounded draft. Mineski definitely riskier and volatile, but if Jesse Vash, probably the most important player for this draft, and the Bounty Hunter has a good start, messes up the mid lane, maybe gets them an early kill in the Lina, then things could get totally
I think this is a mid-range ranger now.
A mid-ranger?
I mean,
so yeah, it's going to be a support Lina, and this is one of the things that CDEC did that really threw teams for a loop at TI5, is that they would pick the Lina, and they kept it running as a core for Shiki, but that once in a while it would be that support for Garter. I think it was normally Garter who played it.
And now that with Lina nerfed, more likely we're going to see that support Lina. And there you go. Well, actually, Shiki picks it up. We might see some Swapperino. You know, throw.
Yeah, support Wind Ranger. I don't know about that. Huh. Harkens back to the TI3 Alliance days.
That's a long time ago. I mean, Q is not exactly the farm-intensive player.
No, he's a very selfless support. So
we need a swap. No, he's buying the courier.
Are they really not swapping? Support Wind Ranger.
I don't know about.
You know, you guys just did the Back to the Future thing at Dream League. I feel like I need a time machine now because we got to get back to 2015 where support Wind Ranger is not a thing. But let's see if they can make it a thing. All right, guys, welcome to Game 2. It's Mineski taking on CDEC. The P-Noise, they've shocked the world already. No matter how the rest of this event goes to me, they took a game off CDEC, your second place TI team, who also did extremely or decently well at MLG and ESL.
I had a lot of faith in Mineski coming into this event.
And going into the Frankfurt Major, this could be a big boost to their confidence. But these guys are fighters. They're not going to be happy with just one game. They'll be wanting multiple. As Jesse Vash, cute little trick. He runs down mid, then goes invis.
No, I think it's his own team's pings.
No, it's the Radiant. Because he walked up, not invis, then went invis. I think they were expecting he had warded the mid lane.
No, let's see if they drop sentries.
I think
that would be the play. Oh,
I think they did. Yep, not mind games, man.
Mind games. And they pinged him out. They're like, look at that noob. Garner just dropped sentries. You know who does this? My girlfriend does this in pub games. I'm just saying, right? Like, this is real strat, Mineski, P-Noise-Dota.
You didn't trust Jesse Vash, Lumi. You got to believe in the P-Noise here.
I'm like, there's no way that CDEC's going to fall for this, right?
It was like, he literally ran up the mid lane. He's in Radiant Vision starting from the hill.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go invis right here. All right, let's shove a sentry. But they want one anyway for the Bounty Hunter, so it's not the
Yeah, it's not the
It's just a bit early is the main thing. So Bounty Hunters are going to spawn. Cuckoo's going to get one. Shiki's going to get one. Both of your mid laners will have it. And it is an interesting bit of flexibility that Mineski have now, which they didn't really before, which is that Bimbo doesn't always have to go mid. Sometimes he can play the safe lane farmer. So he'll be on your tempo controller in the Slardar. Cuckoo could be that explosive playmaking Queen of Pain. And wow, look at that creep block off the bat. Shiki going to be way out in the river. This is normally where Bounty Hunter gets to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, and he does have that one sentry, so he could immediately sentry and eat it with the tango as well. So we could see the mid lane being dominated. Look for the courier snipe. Didn't get it, so...
Top lane, or a little bit of action is cute. Thanks to the Thunderstrike initially.
One of the highest damaging level 1 nukes. Great for harassing, like we saw there. But I'm not sure if Wind Ranger alone will be able to protect this Clockwork into getting some farm.
Yeah, it's a pretty durable offlane. Clockwork Wind Ranger, very difficult to get a kill on these guys, but Glimpse probably one of the best abilities to allow that to happen. If they're going to make the move on aggressive bottom, he's not eating a creep just yet. Only a level 1 Scorched Earth, but I mean, this is Doom we're talking about. So of course he just walks away, shrugs it off. No problemo. Look at this Bassi now.
They do have the Orb of Venom, though, so...
Normally, you'll see most of the teams that run Doom will, like, send him to the jungle. If not right away, then pretty early. The supports will even stack camps for him just to, like, try and get a new creep to spawn, but we haven't seen that yet. I'd say ideal creep this game, you're under a lot of harass, probably a Satyr. And then later on, obviously, Alpha Wolf's always great. But
I think the Ogre for the armor is not bad. If
Yeah.
they go on you, you just cast the armor and you run away. The thing that a Bounty Hunter will do against a safe lane Doom is that the Doom can never really use Scorch Earth as an offensive capability, because once you use it and it's on cooldown for a long time, that's when Jesse Vash should come in. And you normally don't expect to die to a bounty when you have your heal, but when it's on cooldown, that's a different story. So aggressive cannot be aggressive with his usage of that heal.
so many. I always want to make like really clever puns around his name, and they never work.
It's just too easy. It's like the low-hanging fruit, you know?
Where's my nuts when you need them?
Yeah, okay, that's also pretty bad. I don't know.
Oh, but he's always good for a pun or two. Jules will get caught. It's a level 1 shackle, but Windrun can slow him down a bit if he wants to chase this. No, he's going to let Jules
I thought
get
he
away.
should have, because he had the 2 illusion. They were hitting pretty hard.
Maybe if they had a point of rocket.
Yeah, maybe.
Cheeky. Still, Jesse Vash can make his move on mid lane.
I think he's trying to sap level 2 here.
Yeah. Cuckoo not doing so hot mid though, and this is Lina was one of the heroes in the last patch that gave pretty much everyone fits. The only exception would be Leshrac with the old lightning, but even then, I saw Shiki win that matchup quite a few times.
Uh-oh. Is he dead?
Potato, where you going? Actually, Glimpse is going to bring the clockwork out, but the shackle keeps him in position regardless. He gets back in, and actually will strike back.
I think he sprinted. That's what killed him. Like, he didn't need a sprint there. I mean, sprint didn't even help at all.
He thought he could sprint and avoid getting caught. Definitely wrong about that. Uh-oh, Cuckoo. Man fight mid.
Blink?
It's actually not a man fight. It's a lady fight.
Woman fight.
Woman fight.
Yeah. Did I go? No. So I think you said earlier that Mineski is, when it comes to individual skill, does not really outshine CDEC here. And we were seeing here, Shackle shot onto 2, and Jesse Vash in a lot of trouble here. The crush will help out, but one more hit, he will get out of the way. There is no rocket.
Cog? Trying to find the pushback angle. Instead, he gets pulled in, and that's an angry Potato. Gets the kill.
Get out
Wind
of there.
Ranger looking for a bit
the
more.
Cox.
Power shot. Oh, Jesse Vash lucky he didn't start running down that ramp, or it might have been a twofer.
Yo, that would have been sick if he's in the
God.
double power shot kill. But, all right.
Oh, baby, it's a triple. That would have been one of those moments, but not the case.
Man, last game you had a wow moment. I forgot
what
I pointed out. I should have told you to call you on it.
All right. Sure, Lumi.
No, like somebody needed to mech or something. You're like, he mech'd! No. Oh, yeah, all right. Huskar was going low, and then Dazzle graved him. Like, wow, he graved him. What was he supposed to do? Not grave him?
No, the timing was perfect. He had like 5 health when he got graved.
No, he used it as soon as it came off cooldown. Like,
no, but he used it twice in the fight. That's well worthy.
Wow, he snowball after Mango. He's gonna die still.
Watch him live here. Ah! You're lucky, Lumi. He almost lived.
He wasn't even close.
Yes, he was. He was one auto tech.
Can he get the scream?
Carter gonna go down. Aggressive on the run. So in the end, nice rotation there by Cuckoo to clean up the Rubik, but they do get the Tusk off laner.
Heal on CD.
And they're gonna get aggressive as well. He does have a hurl boulder, trying to turn this one and fight his way out. And fast, but not quite fast enough. Cuckoo makes it a double.
That's a good rotation. You can't ask for more when Queen of Pain rotates off the mid lane, gets a double kill. You said how Cuckoo needs to have a big start. He's the other half of the counter push AoE era of Mineski. Do you go for Aghanims first here, or are you going to go for a little bit more defensive item here?
I just want to take a moment to admire these little Doom shards. So cute.
Yo, he's lasted.
That's adorable. Sorry, Ags on the Doom?
No, Queen of Pain. What do you think is the best item choice for her? Given her good start.
Orchid's not that great this game. Lina normally gets Yules anyway. Doom's gonna get a BKB. I don't think it's particularly an Orchid game. So I would probably lean towards the Ag BKB. It also helps you survive.
Yep.
I think that's just the first build.
You know the Pinoys, they really like their Lincoln's BKB as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not anymore, really. Lumi, you're living in like...
No, this game, I guarantee you there's gonna be a Lincoln's on the Queen of Pain. Look at how much single target there is. It's not bad this game, right? Like, it's...
I don't think it's
all right, we'll see.
It could be a decent Lincoln.
That's a shot bet.
But that's a shot bet, huh?
He will get a Lincoln's.
No shots, man.
No shots?
This is a 6-day event.
All right.
We're too early.
No, we're not winter. We could take a shot.
Lumi, I'm staying sober here. Staying focused.
Yo,
calm, collected.
Okay.
Q's gonna win run, TP out. We'll make it home. Aggressive also roaming around a bit. Yeah, If we see Lincoln's on co-op, it's going to be much later. I think it's at most like your
No,
fourth,
he
like
ain't doing
fifth
Lincoln's
item,
first. Yeah, that would be crazy. All right, Reor getting level 6. That is the key part here. Raging Potato actually having some good farm now that Wind Ranger has rotated off the lane. If you have to rate Mineski's laning stage from a scale of good to bad, you know, what we're looking at here.
The scale of good to bad?
1 to 10. All right, let's make it easy.
What do I say, like half a bad?
3/4 of a good.
I think their laning stage is going all right. To me, the main concern is that they're not really farming that much, and the hero that is farming is a Tusk. Like, Slardar, very farm-dependent core. Like, yeah, he doesn't need a ton of items, but he needs the basics. Blink Dagger or Force Staff. Ideally, actually, this might be a Force Staff game because of the clockwork, but you want that one mobility item and then, like, a BKB trip.
That's a kill.
Glimpse back.
Oh,
no!
What?
He gets pushed out of the kinetic field by the shard.
They're going still, though.
That's unfortunate. A miscue here from an SK.
Oh, that shackle!
This
Oh
is
my
bad.
God!
2, 3. It's a triple for Shiki. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And he wants 4. And I think he's going to get him 2. Stun doesn't even need it. He'll get this done the old-fashioned way with auto attacks. But Q's and Jerk steals the last hit.
All right. The laning stage is now
All
just
right.
bad.
From good to bad, I'm going to rate it below bad.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
And this is just, they can, aggressive, almost finding the Raging Potato there. Bimbo, lucky to get away.
Top tower is under attack.
I think I need the I need the bounty to hit level 6 ASAP if I'm Mineski, right? And then that's where your comeback begins. Because they are now.
They need level 6 on bounty. They need. I mean, yeah, it sounds nice to be able to sneak Roshan, but you really can't do that right now when they've got Power Shot, a Rocket to scout. They're pressuring top. They're also not that tanky. No one can actually tank the Rosh even if they amp him at this point. So I would say they need to find a couple good smoke pickoffs, maybe take a tower on the back of that, and then if you get some momentum, then you can try to take Rosh. But CDEC, are they going to allow that to happen? Like, look at this. 3 heroes top again. They're just constantly pressuring. They know that Mineski is fumbling, and this is their time to strike.
Yeah, Mineski needs to fight themselves back into this game, which I think Tusk normally go for the Arcane Mechs build. I think this is a Blink Dagger game. Yes, Arcane Mech's still very good in this game, but Bounty really needs a ganking partner. And Queen of Pain could help you gank once in a while, but I think Tusk is the hero is really looking for, right? Bottom lane. All right, there's
called
that
out
kill.
by Ryo as well as Cuckoo. Meanwhile, Clock has just been sitting top the whole while. Never found his opening that he liked for the hook shot. He's had a bit of vision. Biding his time, being patient. No dire vision of this, but the lane ward I think saw through these rotations. Jack will come through. It's a miss.
Radiant's bottom tower
Potato.
is under attack.
Is that
Radiant
both of their wards?
structures
Yeah,
are
okay, top one.
fortified.
This has been a lot of wasted time by CDEC top. They had the 4 kills top. They lose their lane at bottom. They've been like tri-laning the top lane, not taking objectives. And finally they're going to react, but they've just given Mineski a lot of comeback time. You can really see the trap.
Any snowball out of there? If you will try. He's out.
Too aggressive. Who has no mana for Duke. Does have the stick charges though if he wants to crack it. Not going to. Ryo now with another shard blocking it. And she pushes XC away. Beautifully done. They will commit to Doom. You are doomed, Ryo, but he may even live through this. And if not, at the very least can be a deny.
At least stick around the clock.
Close.
Are we going to see a
He
rocket?
lives.
2KS?
5 seconds. No, he lives. He could just TP home. Stick TP. Or be greedy. He's waiting for the rocket. You want Jesse Vash on the hunt, but not level 6 just yet. And the rocket, not even it's only level 1, so definitely not enough for the kill there. The kinetic field will find Cheeky top lane. Looks like Bimbo was thinking about a go. Gonna opt not to in the end. Yeah, they need level 6 on bounty, like you mentioned. They need the initiating item slaughter. As for CDEC, I think very content just to farm and find pickoffs, but this is a good jump forward. Cuckoo looking for aggressive. Just kidding. He's got Scorched Earth.
Well, Queen of Pain did have double
41
damage.
HP per second regen.
I think if he didn't get body blocked by his own bounty hunter.
They're going to try for it again.
Yeah. They have Stole again,
It's
right?
only a level 1 Shadow Strike, but they're committing the
he
triple
did?
slows coming out.
Yeah, he
And
did.
the quad bolt, just enough. Good math there by Cuckoo. Gets the kill, meanwhile top. There's a hook. Raging Potato trap. He immediately sprints, but it's after he's been trapped out in those cogs. The Laguna Blade, not enough to finish him off. Actually, the kinetic field comes on. XC can't get the job done. Rocket in 10 seconds. TP away by Bimbo.
Oh my goodness.
He's going to make it home. Jules will escape as well. And then they snowball forward. Looking to turn this. Ryo, though, actually had the wall punch, opted not to use it. Suddenly Cuckoo arrives. Mineski mounts a bit of a comeback, and now they've got the track gold. They're going to uppercut Shiki into submission. That's a 3-hero track takedown to end
We
a
take
3
those.
kill swing.
We take those.
We Today, everyone's a Pinoy Lumi.
I mean,
even you, the original hater.
I'm not a hater.
I think we all remember the International 3 Eastern qualifiers.
All right, look.
True Pinoy-Dota fans will never forget.
When nobody
the
believed
crimes you committed.
When nobody believed in the Pinoys, I believe in them now, right? They're coming back.
Yeah, now that they're going to the Frankfurt Major and doing well.
I mean, they also like 2-1 Fnatic.
Get off the bandwagon.
It's not even a bandwagon.
We don't need
Everybody came in and everybody was at 2-0 CDEC, right? Like right now, Mineski-is doing it.
They definitely are making their way back in, and with that, gold experience drops to even. Remember, they are dire. They've got the quick Roshan potential should they get some objectives.
I think it's more important to get kills if you're looking for Roshan, so I like them to see continue to be this aggressive. Can we get a quick check on Tuskar's item? And is he going for the mech? Okay. It's still going for the very standard item choice. Again, I thought Blink would have been more impressive, but Queen of Pain is really filling that ganking role. She's been involved in how many kills now? 7 out of their 8?
7 out of 8.
Yep. She's doing pretty good.
Other hero that's been really impressive is Q, who's been in on 6 kills as a support Wind Ranger. How often do you see that? But, of course, as a support, only so much you can do. And the one player that struggled a lot to me this game is Shiki. Getting caught out bottom earlier. Like, at this point in the game, Shiki normally has almost the entire Yules. And right now, he's sitting on exclusively a Sage's Mask. So, you know, honestly, with that start, maybe Quap could have gotten away with an Orchid. But she's going to go for the point booster, probably straight into the eggs.
Shiki did hit that 2-man LSA at top lane, though, which results them in getting, what, 4 kills? So
that's true.
He's going to swing along and pincer this lonely trapped bottom hero. I think he dead.
Doom onto Ryo. Big commitment just for a Tusk. Well, he got it.
Well,
he jukes. He jives. Right. He ain't going anywhere.
I wouldn't say he's just a Tusk, though. Like, at least for the Mineski team, he's a very big part in terms of lockdown, as well as burst damage. So
he's also their D-push.
Yeah.
And he's dead. So with that, I think more importantly, the creep wave was pushing. So now they get the tower. And that is definitely something that CDEC rely on. Their group up and fight at this stage of the game much stronger than Mineski in general. Now, once the Blink Dagger comes out on Tuskar, that could change. They commit. Static Storm here. Bimbo trying to initiate him, but again, he just melts. Wasn't even sprinting that time. Just so squishy.
Well, they
did sitting on int treads, which didn't. I think he would have died anyway.
Oh, it would have been close. Blinking forward here. I'm not sure about that one. He's going to be dead. I mean, there's a Bounty Hunter in the back trying to track people up, but I'm not sure whether that matters. Thunderstrike going on guard or Bounty Hunter looking for the KS. Well, do they even get the kill?
Be quick about this. Meanwhile, Ryo, he just respawned. He's dead again. Jesse Vash still watching it happen. And with the Sentry here, there's just no ability to get the kill.
I mean, that's
he does get Garter, but that is, like, yeah, Bounty gets a kill. And even though it's a track kill, it doesn't matter. Not worth it. And they may lose more. Jules in a bit of danger as Q runs at him. This is a support Wind Ranger, but she's playing like she's a hard carry. Just diving and fragging. Time and again, could go for the ultra long range shot, maybe. Nah, a bit too late.
This is looking like before that point where they threw out 4 pointless kill. Okay, you missed a Static Storm completely, hit nothing but a Lina Illusion, yet you still TP'd and Slaughter on int treads. And then you threw away a Tuskar as well. I'm not exactly sure what they were expecting, but the reality was a lot harsher than that.
I think he toggled mid-fight to get more, to have more mono when he crushed, and then he died. But it doesn't matter anyway. Like that's just the issue with their draft, right? They're just, unless they get Blinks and BKBs, at least Blink BKB on the Slaughter, like your team fight isn't that strong.
My point is, you miss a Static Storm. You just give up the T1. It's fine to give up T1.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
But, you know, Mineski, they're a bold team.
That was a 2000 or TI3 Pinoys, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't good back then.
Jesus.
that was a misplay. All right.
Flamethrower comes back.
CDEC.
It definitely was a misplay.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Here we go. They're going to try to get more of that. Doom is back up. So whoever you find is going to be a kill. The prize kill is still Cuckoo. Uh-oh. Get out of there, Bounty.
That's going to reveal it. And what do you know? An Observer and a Sentry. Just in the nick of time, they pull him back. They start beating him down. He gets off the track on Garter. Garter replies with a bit of a Shadow Walk. They want that track kill. Garter lives with 1 HP. Are you kidding me? Finally will go down, but they do manage to Doom Cuckoo through this. A 1-for-2 exchange. And a tower as well, because Wind Ranger, yeah, that's a support farm. 4-0-5. Incredible performance from Q. So far, this guy to me, definitely the MVP for CDEC.
Yeah, definitely. The MVP for me, not on Mineski, has definitely been Cuckoo. He's got the early game kills, but the way that he plays his Queen of Pain has been ultra aggressive. The bottom lane blink forward got Shaco over here, blink forward to go for a Rubik kill. It's fine, but again, you gotta keep in mind that you have a 6-kill streak. You can't just be giving away, you know, your random deaths like that.
And the other issue is it's not just, oh yeah, that was a mistake by Cuckoo, but it's a game where the rest of the team is struggling. So they're more reliant on Cuckoo playing basically either a perfect game or close to one. And as a result, when he gets caught out, it just hurts that much more. See Jules engaging in a bit of a ward battle here, but Doom fast and angry. Gonna charge in, aggressive. Crush could be in a bit of trouble. The Lena Light Strike Array off the mark there, but Raging Potato still gonna find the follow-up on the Q.
Nice
Tracked as well. He's 4-0 fight. This is a massive takedown. That will be 432 gold plus track for 5 heroes.
Yeah, 5-man track. That's the big thing here.
Give him another 250. CDEC backing up.
Clockwork hooks back in. He gets 3, but is there enough AoE?
Oh, you betcha.
Yep.
Nice blade mail on Xe as well, hunting forward. Looking for more, Raging Potato. He's gonna be okay for now. Cuckoo jumping in, back and forth in exchange, and finally Shiki just says, screw it, you're not gonna kite me. Take a Laguna in the face, you ugly old clop, but she comes back in. Cuckoo will get the next kill, 3 dead for CDEC, possibly a 4th, as Rubik will finally arrive in, oh, what do you know, now they've got Doom. Hey, glimpse me back, I'm gonna Doom you forward. Once Jules, he really wants the quap more than anything, and they're not gonna get either. Although now with the Scorched Earth going, Jules maybe in a bit of a
level death
awkward situation.
Level death? Oh, oh my god! No, he was debating the longest time. Should I Doom or
he
level
really
death?
didn't want to blow Doom on that. Because it's also a deny probably.
Yo, here comes the bounty. He's got track vision on top of the ramp here. Raging Potato looking for the initiate. I mean, this is where you really want that Blink Dagger, but man.
How crazy would it have been if Disruptor came back and he glimpsed him and killed him?
That would have been a play. Rocket? Rocket from afar? Where's he shooting it?
I don't know. It already hit, it looks like. Well, Lumi, we got a ball game now. Back and forth, crazy, chaotic game. This is what Bounty Hunter and Slaughter dive in. Oh, Jesse! Not where you want to be. They had the Sentry Ward and the Observer Ward up the hill. Actually, quick on the trigger there. We'll execute the bounty.
Bounty needs to go for Force Staff first. He bought the Medallion, which I understand the Roshan capabilities, but I think Clockwork is just causing way too much trouble. Shiki on the bottom line. Ooh, LSA not going to hit here, and it's like she is cornered and killed.
Yeah, she tried to time it so that like you stun as the snowball finishes, but very difficult window to hit. And
yeah,
a lot of deaths for Shiki this game. 4 and 5. This might be his worst Lena performance ever, I want to say. And Shiki's at least like since the beginning of TI5.
Oh, Ice Shards. Looks like aggressive is seen at least momentarily. They have a glimpse.
So they want to contest this. No hook shot available, but it's coming soon. No TP on the clock either. But he's running bottom. And Mineski, right as they go in, might be faced with some counterplay. Static Storm deployed onto the Doom. They will go. The Queen of Pain ult, a good one. Also connecting on Garter, who tries to squirm away. He managed to steal the Static Storm and used it to slow down Mineski on the chase. Q, power shot in 1 second. Can he find Cuckoo? No vision right now. Looks like then the big Blink crushes. Potato jumps back in, full and angry and looking for more. Q, Shackles there. Cuckoo just waiting for his opportunity, and now he's gonna pounce. Blink, Scream, that will connect as well. 3 dead, looking for a 4th. Mineski, can they get XC? They will, and even Ryo lives.
Oh, looks like
Shiki showed up.
Yo, they have glimpse, right? Yeah, they're gonna glimpse him back. Track is available, looking for one more. Bounty Hunter's gonna come in, does get the track. They do have the toss. Toss off the range creep. They will get up.
They're going for it.
Okay.
Mineski, there's the snowball. The uppercut. Bam!
All right.
See you later. 5 dead. It's a wipe. That's actually 2 deaths in 1 fight.
Yep,
I think on the Lena. So
that's
really
3 track kills. 3 track kills as well. So
4,000 gold, Swain, and experience.
All right, LD. Are they snowballing or not?
Now they're snowballing.
Yeah,
let me look at the graph. Like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Bam.
I mean, this game really reminds you the strength of a bounty hunter back in TI5. Like the vision's a big part of it, but to me is whenever you win a fight, you just get so much out of it. And bounty hunter will have that solo crest.
As important as the kill. Wow, completed solar crest already.
Almost. He's missing like 300-400 gold, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, he is close. And what's even better is not only do they get the kills, they get the tower, and they're dire. So now the Roshan, I still think it's a tough Roshan. You ideally want that pick first, but now they're getting to the point where they can actually think about Rosh. And you get an Aegis on your key initiator of the Sparta or your key damage to the Queen of Pain, and then you can continue to just ramp up the aggression as the game moves along.
I still don't think Mineski should go into the Rosh until they get a pick.
Yeah, I agree.
Either on Clockwork or Doom. Because sure, you could be going for it, but suddenly a Clockwork gives you vision, they hook in, and you could really be in a world of hurt.
Yes, there's no huge risk. Looking at Mineski's draft, they're not really the best late game lineup. Like Queen of Pain's your carry, Slardar good at buffing up other heroes, but they don't have a true right-click hero. But they have track gold and amp damage, which means the whole team scales reasonably well. So I don't think there's a huge timer for them, but I do feel that Mineski want to be keeping the pressure up. if not going to Roche, then finding kills, getting some deep wards out. We see one now. Actually, a very nice location. May scout out a potential CDEC smoke.
Nope, just we'll scout the Yulza delivery.
I'm actually curious if there's any statsmen watching right now. Is the Shiki's worst start on Alina on record? It's got to be up there.
It's pretty high. Like, it's hard to actually have a bad early game on Lina. Bottom lane here looks like Q's going to get caught out.
Is he going to get away? He popped the winder on. He lives. Close call. Dodging bullets.
I wonder if the medallion wasn't used towards until it was towards the end.
Yeah, I don't know. Could have made a difference.
Yeah.
Want to try the combat lock?
No, let's not.
Was I casting with you, like, what was it, 2-3 years ago, and like crashed the game?
Everything. Let's combat
in the middle of a crazy team fight. Someone's like, yeah, let's check the combat log.
Did he hit the min or max, you know? Yeah. The average damage. Oh, really good sentry placement. I got to ask, LD, to me, the Rubik has not been impressive this game. I felt like
he stole Static Storm bottom and dropped it, which kind of messed Mineski up diving. But yeah, other than that, he's just been getting picked off.
Yeah, I feel like this is not the Rubik game.
Well, yes. Like, what do you do when the snowball comes? Unless you already have something really good stolen, like you can't. There's no way to counter.
Like what is really good something stolen, right? Like Blink is probably the best spell you want that you could reasonably get. That's not an ultimate.
Quad Bolt, Static Storm, or Glimpse.
Yeah, I mean these are not exactly visions.
I would say Snowball's good, even though it probably gets you killed, just because Snowball's such a broken ability anyway.
Sure. Actually, I think the best one to get is Ice Shards. Yeah. The fact that you could just
trap someone in,
have that fissure ability.
And they are triple melee. Oh, but they smoke, and I think a few of them were scouted.
Oh, they're definitely playing like it. Queen of Pain just blinked back to the T2.
Mineski gonna back themselves away. Heading towards top is the Raging Potato. I really like this. Gets the Force Staff.
Yep.
Already a good slaughter item, but versus Clock, you definitely want to have one.
I think Bounty Hunter should have got the Force Staff first as well, just because of how much Clockwork has been doing against him. But it looks like he's just going back to buy wards, not even finishing a solo Chris. Top lane though, I do believe Bounty Hunter in a lot of trouble. Blink Dagger.
You are doomed. No, they miss. He gets away.
He is not doomed.
Good shoot.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Lowest impact Doom as well that we've seen in a while. Aggressive. I don't know that he's necessarily done anything horribly wrong this game. It's just they've done a great job of kiting him and like never giving him the game-changing openings.
I think the mistake, if you can call it that, is that he's died one or twice at the bottom lane, which as a safe lane Doom, you should never die. It looks like they are going to go for the Roshan. The key item pickup for me right now is that even the support Disruptor, he also has a Force Staff. So I feel like the value of this Clocker has been really diminished.
They're going to fight this. Coming in now, aggressive.
Ooh, this could be
giving
bad.
the Frost Armor out to his teammates. Power shot coming through. They're committed. Mineski in the pit. Let's get ready to rumble. Raging Potato Doom to start the fight. And he's not sprinting. And the hook! It's on 3! He caught everyone. Beautiful grab. The Roshan will go down to the Dire. But the Doom Slardar likely to fall without getting off a single spell. Now the Static Storm deployed, trying to cover Mineski's retreat. And they may need to. No, they jump forward, looking for more. They still have the Aegis of Makuko, and he's fighting his way out of this for now. But only for now. 3 heroes on the run. CDEC could be in danger. Good cog placement by XZ, delaying what might be the inevitable. It's going to be a 4th kill, it looks like. XZ on the run, slowed down, no escape, no surrender either, but turns with the rocket, tries to fight, not going to happen. He goes down too. And meanwhile, mid lane, Jules going in with the big
got Glimpse.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
He's
Aggressive,
dead.
if you want a piece of my sweet raptor butt, I'm glimpsing you, buddy. Come right back. Looking for more. They've got the quad bolt as well. Aggressive.
Oh!
No!
They just lost all the damage. They can't go for it anymore. The Bounty Hunter's not even close.
That level death.
Okay.
Ouch.
I know it was a very chaotic team fight, but I have to remind the viewers that the Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave, the Roshan, just so he could get the Aegis. I'm not sure if that was the play.
Ideally, I guess you got on the other side of the Roshan.
No, he tried, and he missed Chuki as a result. But they won the fight. They won the fight without Sonic Wave. That's how
last
hard.
death was also avoidable. That was a bit of bad luck, like in terms of the level death doing the bonus damage. But man, he just got munched.
Yeah, the important thing is that they got what, 3 or 4 track kills in that fight.
Yeah.
So the gold graph is going to be.
It claims it was even. I'm not sure. I know the gold graph is kind of buggy and doesn't always take everything.
The gold graph lies. It's not even.
Well, the graph doesn't lie, but the fight recap.
Yeah, the fight recap also lies.
Dyer's middle tower
Bounty Hunter's
is
winning
under
the game.
attack.
You're saying Bruno's been lying to us this whole time?
I mean, look at his face.
Well, I mean, clearly he's like not Ice Frog, so Bruno's already established.
He's also Argentinian. Or is that racist? That's probably racist.
That's nonsensical. Are you saying Argentinians are liars?
Pretty much is what I'm trying to say,
Oh
but that's
my God,
not very
Lucas.
accurate.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I should not.
I don't know if you're getting back to a TI Grand Finals at this rate.
We'll see. We'll see. Shiki?
scouted out of it.
All right, he's going back to Logan.
Okay.
So
We love you, Bruno. Thank you for all your awesome work on Dota.
even though all these fights are very scrappy and Mineski is winning these fights, I feel like they can't take those fights in an evenish fashion from this point moving forward. Because I feel like CDEC has much greater hero potential as this game goes on. The mech being picked up on on Q, excuse me, is it's a huge turning point of this game in my opinion.
Here we go, Lumi. The big dives coming out. They're going to kill off Jesse Vash first and foremost.
Comes back
CDEC.
up.
Can't return this. Mineski, Raging Potato, 4-staff, double 4-staff. Get the hell out of there. Evacuate the premises. Doom. Doom. Double death. No, man, that did a lot of damage. And now they're going to fight Bimbo. That's the bigger kill. Static Storm trying to cover this one. Darter has the Soul and Shadow Walk, which will use this engage bit, and now tries to walk away.
Nobody's died yet.
Forced to retreat. Get out.
Get out, get out,
They
get out.
didn't commit the Doom. That's a little surprised they didn't use it at all.
I think the Doom being committed, which would have went for on the Tusk.
I thought they were going to do him the Slardar, but he got Static Storm, and I guess at that point, then
He got 4-staffed out.
yeah,
So
decided it wasn't worth it.
like for example, if he did commit on the Doom, I'm not sure where they get that kill. And more importantly, they cannot push without Doom being back online. So CDEC preserving their push, and looks like they're going to get a T2 without too much of a fight.
Legendary double damage Slardar. Mineski cruising for a bruising here as they move in. Carter dropping a ward down. Scout Mineski. Very nice placement and clever too with the Shadow Walk. CDEC supports are so underrated. Garter and Q have been incredible for this team.
Well, Q has been playing amazingly this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Garter not so much.
I think Q's the more impressive player, especially because he's often the 5. But just as a duo, like you rank the support duos, like, who would you put above them? I feel like that most there's like maybe 3 or 4 support duos tops.
FY Finra.
Yeah, I think FY Fenrir you'd put above them.
The E-Home duo is pretty good.
Yeah.
Lamb and
LAN, I mean, anyone is always solid. But
right. So
they haven't been amazing lately, I don't think. Not like MMY LAN, that was...
TI3.
That was my like dream support. I'm still so sad, DK.
TI3 Net and Extinct.
Yeah. Back then.
Back
although they're no longer brothers. It's on their separate ways.
Extinct is Extinct. What team is he playing on now?
You're not even trying it.
It's low hanging fruit. I gotta take it.
Lumi's hungry, guys. Somebody feed him. So he'll stop cracking these.
10 a.m. I walked into the venue. It's like, where's food? I'm hungry.
We just.
I know.
Okay, so
yeah, we just
for
had
those who
big
don't know, we're staying at the Marina Bay Sands, and they have like the most glorious buffet I have ever witnessed. It was like probably like 100 food options for breakfast, and it's free if you stay at the hotel. So.
And it had like 3-4 plates.
Nobody at this event should be complaining about food yet. Maybe at lunchtime. All right, back to the game.
It is lunchtime. It's 12:30.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. So it's a legit complaint.
Focus, Lumi. This is our second game. got 6 best of 2s to go. It's going to be a long one. So Mineski, they get the Solar Crest up on Jesse Vash. Looking at item progression, anything else new? Looks like a double Ags under construction.
There's a Ultimate Orb on the Slaughter. Are we gonna see the beginnings of Lincoln Spheres coming out? I'm telling you, man, these teams love Lincoln Sphere.
Throwing a Lincoln's on the Quap, maybe?
Okay, as much as I think Lincoln's is a good option this game, I feel like you need more damage. I feel like AC is probably better for your team.
AC for Mineski.
From the Slaughter, right? Like,
yeah. I think Quap could also build that, though. We've seen S4 do it quite a bit. But she's going BKB for now, so it would be kind of... I don't know if he can farm an AC. That's almost the bigger issue.
It's the same price as Lincoln's. I think AC is a bit more expensive.
Yeah, I mean...
The Hypers don't help you farm more than a Ultimate Orb does, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see him farming the Lincolns anytime soon.
Bottom tower is under
He's
attack.
actually doing okay, though, as far as net worth goes, surprisingly enough. But aggressive. The other big item pickup is the Shiva's Guard. Definitely trying to counter that amp damage. So you'll see, like, they've got the mech, the blade mail, the Shivas, possibly even the Vlads for the team as the game goes along. And aggressive makes his move in. Hey, Jules, how you doing, buddy? Why don't you go back to the well?
Oh?
Tries to get away, force that there, drops the Static Storm, and runs almost right into aggressive.
Okay.
Committed, but he still gets alive by the Guardian Beam. He's pushed out of the cogs and into the shards and eventually into the certain doom, but it wasn't so certain there for a while. XC. No way to cancel that Mega TP. Still greatest escape by Jules as he forced out the follow-up there. CDEC getting 1 kill.
With that one smoke.
And it's only support. A support who had already spent his gold on the push. Very weird games to start today off. A little disorganized, a little sloppy, crazy action. This is Southeast Asia. This is
Yeah, I like this type of game. You know, it's also not very certain who's gonna win this game.
We used to talk about. I think you and I, when we used to cast a lot together, would joke about like the Pinoy teams being like the. It's basically like the CIS, like Eastern Dota. You know?
Yeah.
It's like the Asian Russian Dota, basically.
I mean,
They fight as much as the Russian team.
Oh, they're laying Shiki blown up completely. Didn't even have time to get the track in because he just died.
Or the Yule Scepter, which he could have saved his life, but just would have had to be like instantaneous on the reaction. And it will be the Lincolns.
They're gonna try
One Lincolns. How many to go?
At least 3 more.
A triple Lincoln stack going.
I mean, again, Lincoln's just really good against this team, right? Like,
it is, yeah. Because their way of initiating is either Yules you and then stun you, lift you and then do something to you, blink and doom you. Yeah, there's actually a lot of ways to remove it that go through BKB. Focus Fire, Rubik's Spell Steal, Laguna Blade, as well as Doom. But you only really have to block that first one, and then you can react, and BKB is.
Yeah, we saw how the 4-staff defensive play has been so good. The Lincolns just give you more time to make those plays happen. So.
Oh, it's the Eternal Envy Doom.
Radiant's top tower is under
the Ice Armor creep, you know, now the Shivas. You remember that at MLG Columbus? Was it? That was the...
Was it?
Yeah, it was MLG Columbus when Envy had like the... It was like 50 armor Doom or something. He had an AC, a Shivas, a Ice Armor creep. They had a Lich on the team, so they double Ice Armor. I believe it actually does stack, or at least it did at the time.
Sorry, you said MLG Columbus. Wait.
Yeah, 2013.
Nah, he played Doom back then?
Yeah. Pretty sure that was.
I just remember the Clinks that he played.
All right.
I don't remember.
We'll find out. But yeah, well, that was the Clinks OD double Midas, like disgustingness part of it. I still think DreamHack winner 2012 is more disgusting.
Okay.
The ancient nonsensicalness. Trying to make a jump here on Jules, but poor Steph again saving lives.
The Clockwork picks up Aghanims. I think this is a huge pickup. Oh. Okay, that was a questionable initiation. Need to back the hell out.
Oh, not backing out anywhere. Ryo's going to tank the Focus Fire.
He's got Greaves.
Fairly low. The Greaves help keep him alive. Snowball coming in hot again. Rubik stole it. Committing, but guess who's waiting on the backside? No, just kidding. Slaughter wants to run away. So the offensive Snowball working its magic is Raging Potato will make it out. CDEC stepping up their own aggression here. Back and forth. I feel like we're watching a game of Pong.
CDEC is picking up these solo kills as we see that XZ does have the underhook available.
He's trying to wait until he can catch him in the cogs so that there's no limit back.
Yeah.
Like find it aggressive. Oh, just barely.
He's got Doom. All right.
Glimpse was available.
To me though, Mineski doesn't exactly have the heroes to use the open map because they don't really farm that well, and not do they really want to take the game late, right? Slaughter is not looking to take the game late. Neither is Bounty. So I feel like as this game is being dragged out, CDEC has a higher and higher chance to win this game.
Yeah, the thing for Mineski is how do they take objectives? Slaughter is getting a Lincoln. That does not help you take objectives. Quap doesn't have an AC. I mean, frankly, they just don't kill buildings quickly. They're good at taking Roche, but that's about it. You can't, if you could amp damage buildings, you can get a big objective, but obviously you can't. So.
We're 35 minutes in, and a tier 1 miss still stands. So like that just shows you Mineski is not, again, like you said, good at taking buildings. I think their way of taking buildings is after those chaotic fights.
Yes.
So
but what gets trickier is Doom is it's a Doom game, right? You get to that point where Doom has Refresher, BKB, 1 Aghanims, and it's just trouble. And Mineski knows. So they're going to go for a smoke here. Shiki has his own BKB available.
Oh, God.
But the hook from XD interrupted. Aggressive also traps in a slightly awkward position, but he's tanky and can handle the punishment. Shiki begins to administer, and now Ryo could be next. That's 2 down off the bat. Tracks being popped out everywhere, but it's only going to help them retreat. Oh no, another grab. XD. Where's the huge catch again? Jules Glimpse is available. Not up to you. They're going to commit a Doom. He may be denied here, but Jules.
Where's his team?
It's going to go down to this, it looks like. They'll need the deny. Aggressive says no. Oh. That's mine. You are mine. Devours him. And then another hook. Maxi make it 3 in a row for this man who just keeps on giving. CDEC storming back. This is the power of just pure, like just their pure individual talent. Yeah, you know, people talk about CDEC as a very, you know, at TI we're very much a 5-man team, but they have incredible playmakers at almost every position. And again, they show it.
Yeah. As soon as Q picked up that mech, I don't think CDEC have ever lost a fight. And I definitely think that was a turning point. Like, Mineski relies so much on their heroes' burst damage to get kills. And when you pick up items like Blink, Force, Lincoln Sphere, you just rely nothing but your burst damage, and a mech just counters that. So CDEC now looking to really
going for the Roach steal. I think. To see that, she's dropped his Orb of Venom. He's charging.
No, don't
CDEC. 4-step forward. No, she gets the Aegis and the last hit, and now Mineski gonna.
They just lost the game. Like that's the game.
I think it's worth going for it though.
Is it though? Now you just lose.
I
at
think
least a
CDEC
tier 2.
just win if they get that Aegis.
Well, now they got 3 more kills.
Obviously, it's worse because they died there.
Bottom tower is under
And they
attack.
got the Orb of Venom. We forgot to
Oh,
fix
yeah.
that. All right, that's definitely terrible.
That's 125
That makes
gold.
it a terrible decision. by
Yeah,
Mineski.
I agree.
If they didn't lose their Orb of Venom,
I don't know.
also, there's the Lina Eggs factor, which is coming into play soon. So even though Queen of Pain will have a BKB, even though Slardar might at some point, fools are going to get zapped.
I'm not sure if BKB is even a good item for this game. What is it really blocking? It blocks a lift and maybe a shackle. That's it, right? Like there's so many things that go through.
For the
Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
I think a I think a Lincoln might be a better defensive item if you're gonna get one.
Yeah. It helps you a lot against the regular Lina combo as well though. Otherwise, if she uses you, she can just kill you.
That's fine. That's fair. Well, I mean, Lincoln's helped you against that too. I don't know. I'm not sold on this BKB.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's a fair point.
All right, so I think the key pickup.
To me, the big thing is like no matter what Cloth does, she's always going to be at risk. Because there's always Doom, there's always Laguna. Like, yeah, you know, whatever. You break the linkage, you just zap her. Maybe she jumps away, but she's not fighting anymore.
That's
either.
true. You could go completely the other direction and get an offensive item, like a, I don't know, a Refresher's Orb. That'd be pretty good. It feels like the team really just lacks damage, right? Like, I don't know how Mineski takes team fight now. Because mostly they've been relying on bursting one hero down, and that's getting harder and harder as the mech on the Wind Ranger is up. The hero's just getting levels and they're buying tankier items. So I feel like the Mineski plan of let's burst down Shiki, for example, it's just not gonna work as effectively at least.
Now they're kind of reduced to just avoiding these pickoffs, which are coming due on the middle lane. Cuckoo down. Didn't even need the Laguna for that. CDEC marching forward. Mineski shocked them with game 1, but it seems CDEC have recovered their poise. Tie here would mean 1 point for each team. Basically, neither team would be happy then, as you have too many ties, you're very likely not to advance.
CDEC definitely not very happy. I think Pinoy fans would have been very happy with Mineski at least going 1-1. I think that's a fair statement. Though to me,
Group A is definitely the group of death. LGD's look kind of weak lately. Fanatics look very weak lately. Digital Chaos is a stand-in. And then E-Home and Secret looks pretty strong.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, you're facing CDEC, like if you can at least walk away with a tie against one of the tougher teams in your group, you're Mineski, you've got a shot. You're still going to be underdogs in this group, but get some confidence. And while it does look like CDEC, we're going to try to close this game out now. 30-24 the score, 39 minutes in. They get the 2-hero crush. CDEC calmly move forward. Aghanim's is now complete on Shiki, yet to unveil the new upgraded ultimate. On CG.
They're looking for a 3-man crush into a static crush. If they can find that kind of opening, they can actually win the fight. We have to remind the viewers that Mineski, for the first half of the game, they've been leading, right? That goal graph earlier before it dipped back up has been nothing but Mineski. Long glimpse back, BKB will be forced. Let's see if we're going to see Mineski take another fight after that BKB runs out.
They forced the BKB out.
Oh wow, Garter blinks in!
Man, what a manly Rubik. Well, okay. Thank you for your sacrifice. We accept it, but we want more. Going to work there. Finding the kill.
Okay.
Aegis is still available, and then Doom comes in. A lot of these cooldowns being blown here by CDEC as the Cloth Bolt is unveiled in the midst of the chaos. XZ catching out Ryo, trying to finish him off. The Doom really not doing anything. Still hasn't cast the damn ultimate. Finally gets it off, but it's on a sprinted Raging Potato. Slowed down by the Shivas. They'll try to finish him off. Elsewhere, Cuckoo able to blink himself away. Oh, barely missing XZ on the hook shot.
Is Slaughter dead? I think he's just walking it off.
Now the sprint's down, though. In a bit of trouble. Lincoln's is cooling down. He's going to try to juke. Aggressive right on top.
He's got force half.
Hands up. There's the shard. They're going to snowball their way forward, but Aggressive has a lot of armor, especially if he reapplies this frost armor. He'll be absolutely fine throughout the fight. Shiki, Laguna coming in 10 seconds. They're kiting him. They're controlling him. Cuckoo's there. They're going to get the kill. And then Cuckoo, well,
they could get more.
He's got the ult.
Slaughter's back. Can we get a 2-man crush? He's looking for a 2-man crush. Will hit. And right now, Wind Ranger a lot of trouble. The Cox is still protecting him. They won't get the Wind Ranger, or they're trying the snowball going forward.
Track kill on Q. XZ likely down as well. He man fights for all his
Track him again. All right.
Not long enough. Mineski strikes.
They're still chasing.
And
LD camera. T-Tors, please.
I didn't miss anything. What are you talking about?
You wouldn't miss that. All right, they got him. They got him.
Man, casting with you is stressful.
Doing anything with me is stressful.
All right, so let's call it a.
Was that a win? I mean,
they didn't get wrecked. They didn't take any of it.
yeah, it's Trek.
That was a really weird fight to me. Like, they glimpsed back to Lena, who BKBs to dodge the glimpse, and then CDEC, and she's still an Aegis, mind you, so I honestly feel like she could have just tanked the glimpse, and then they take the fight. And then I think they realized that, and they're like, oh shit, we're actually really strong right now. Let's all run back in and fight. But it was so disorganized, and it just dragged on so long. All the BKBs got used up, the Aegis got expended. That to me was a fight where, like, it's one of those rare fights, your core gets caught by a glimpse, you let her get glimpse, and then go fight. And I think they would have won then, but
and it
great
didn't help.
Play by Mineski.
It didn't help that Garda just blinked in randomly and essentially died, right, and did nothing in that fight. So that also didn't help.
Yeah, that was. He's still on amp damage now, though.
And Doom also just doomed and didn't really do anything. Like, the starter just walked it off.
Yeah, there's some things that Doom will like deactivate. Like Flak Cannon gets, even if you've already used it, gets deactivated by Doom. But
yeah, I
guess Sprint does not. He just kept on squirming away.
Yeah, it's weird that Dota is like that. So I guess it's yeah. So the only way to me that Mineski win fights is exactly the one that we just witnessed. A fight that doesn't make sense. It's like back and forth it goes.
That's like the story of Mineski as a team. Like things that don't make sense, like just crazy, out of nowhere fights. Not to say that they're not capable of the organized ones, but there's something about this team. Things always get weird with Mineski.
Well, to be fair, they're itemized in such a way that they're more advantage in fight like that, right?
Triple force staff.
Multiple blink daggers. When you have mobility spells like blink, glimpse, like you just want the fight to be scrappy. So, not knocking against this team. This is where their strengths are, and they're fighting it well. To me, though, the game comes down to XZ. If XZ finds those individual pickoff before the fight happens, CDEC will win this game.
I also think if they're just more organized about the fights, they kind of fell into the Mineski trap there.
Yeah.
One at a time they went in, and one at a time they got punished. Still, after all that craziness, we're back to basically a dead even game as far as the numbers tell us. Jesse farming up the bottom lane. Rocket's going to come through. It looks like they just got eyes on Jesse Vashik Q. He's got the gem. He's hunting the bounty hunter, about to become the hunted.
As far.
We'll make it out.
So the key item pickup is Doom picking up Aghanim Scepter. Will not make that random chase useless anymore. And then we're building up to the refresher. And that's to me, the ultimatum of this game. When Doom gets Aghanim's refresher, 2 heroes is dead. It doesn't matter what items you have at this point. Mineski will slowly lose this game. They don't have too much time left. They need to win one big fight and make something out of it.
If they keep on getting track kills, maybe they can take it late. But
I mean,
on paper, CDEC have.
It doesn't matter.
I would say 3 heroes that can do insane late game damage. Wind Ranger, yeah, she's a support. She's getting close to the eggs. Oh, there's a hook mid. New XD gonna find 3 Potato as well as Doom. Doesn't trap either. And now they get in there with the Doom applied. That's one slow Potato, but he might be angry. Look for the secondary hook. It's coming now. He's got it available. They have the distance. He's got it. Just needs the angle. Aggressive with the body block. Get your fat butt out of the way, says XC, but to no avail. Still, though, I mean, this might be high ground.
Yeah, last time they defended very well, but the tower's very low. There's a AoE being deployed to defend the base. That's tier 3 is gonna go down. I mean, track is a good way to climb yourself back in the game, but to me, your net worth does not matter when your team is doomed, right? Like, you can't use your net worth then.
There's the hook again. XD finding the openings. Laguna's there. Doesn't even matter that they force step her up. He dies too quickly. He dies super quickly. They Disruptor down. They're going to buy back on the Slaughter. But no Disruptor, no Static Storm for this fight. They engage. Jumping forward onto XD. Has the hook to get himself out of harm's way. But I think he may just want to go back in. They're going to back up and turn this into the cogs. Goes Raging Potato. Thinks better of it. Wants to back off. Aggressive. Stunned and controlled for days, but Cheeky doing whatever the hell he pleases while Garter is in pursuit. He's managed to steal amplify damage, and he will be chased out of the fight. Cuckoo now on the run, aggressive, crushed again, but so damn tanky, they're not even tickling the Doom. Looks like he's gonna, oh, he wants to run one direction, the rest of the team going the other. Power shot will finish off your Slardar, and it looks like in the end, Cuckoo will make it out, but most importantly, CDEC alive. They kill the Slardar, that's a dieback, and they're taking racks.
Yeah, Mineski really just lacks damage. Again, Queen of Pain a big part of it, and Queen of Pain unfortunately wasn't able to deploy a big ultimate in that fight. Use it against the creeps, which, you know, defended sort of, but not really. And CDEC looking to take that Rax, and to me, this is only the first Rax of the game, but this might as well be the last Rax of the game, because Mineski ain't coming back from this huge deficit. Their heroes, their items are just not capable of dealing with such a big disadvantage.
1 lane down, 2 to go, but there are no tier 2s available. Or rather, there are tier 2s. They can't just go straight for the second lane. Doom, does Aggressive want to go for this? He gets, looks like he gets farmed.
That cast animation for Doom.
I mean, smart play for CDEC here is definitely get Roche and then go. It seems like that will be the choice.
But LD, what if Mineski steals it?
Yeah, it's way too late. I think they still have the skull and amp damage, is that right? Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
that's level 3.
I was trying to mock Mineski for their last steal attempt, but
oh, close call there. XC, man, he's been hot with these hooks today. I still maintain it was okay play by Mineski.
Was it? Alright.
I think so.
Well, we just disagree. You know,
Very
like,
risky, but
like when I want a team to do well, there's like a lot of tough love coming out. You know, when they make those.
that picture of you and the turtle envy.
No, I think it was Twan. Oh, it was IG, right?
Dyer's
Somebody
bottom
please
tower
post
is
that.
under attack.
Tweet that at me. It's like you and the housewives clothing. All right, they're gonna jump cheeky here off the bat. The force step forward. Some classic 430 pianist plays coming out. CDEC, tanky. We'll rebuff that back away.
I think they could just wait here, right? Or do you think they should back up?
Keep on sieging. Yeah, see why not.
You have Aegis, you have Cheese, you have Burns.
Top and mid are both pushing in. I don't see what are the new items they could get. 3K gold on Lena, BOTs or refresher maybe. Hex eventually, but that would take a while.
I think an item on CDEC would
They're
be
all pretty close to one more item, so maybe that's the play here for CDEC. Get the one more item on like the Doom, the Lena, and then just go. But there's nothing that they really need as far as I see it. It's just all luxury.
Yeah, I think a luxury that would be really good is Echo Shield. Sorry, Lotus Orb. Because you could really remove a lot of these like cracks and amp damage. You could block random stuff. Not block, but you know. It would just be really helpful for the team, and I think.
Well, and it can also purge them off as well.
Yeah.
So.
I think Clockwork's going for it. To be honest, I thought Q should have gone for it instead of the Aghanims, because you're not really looking for the Wind Ranger to do damage up front. I think more utility items like for example, a Solar Crest or a Lotus Orb would really help the team more, in my opinion.
Q was, I think he was building up as like their late game insurance policy. In
That's
case,
fair. That's fair.
Granted, Shiki was not having a very good game. Aggressive was farm, but honestly, I feel like the Doom has had quite a low impact compared to what you often see out of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 9-3 and 16, but a lot of those were kind of like garbage time kills, supports that were probably dead anyway.
I think that's not to his fault though. Once there's
but
3-4
that's where
stacks,
having the Wind Ranger farmed is nice because it gives you that insurance policy.
that's true.
Delete 2, focus fire another, go in the game. But I definitely agree that a Lotus Orb could be a handy pickup here for CDEC. Pushing in all the lanes, the one lane that needs a little bit of love. It will be tough love because creeps are going to die.
CDEC's very, like, they're really respecting the base defense of Mineski. Maybe too much. I think they could just walk in and win the game, but they're playing it safe. You can make the argument that they threw game 1 as they were leading quite a bit against the Huskar. So maybe just going to play extra safe in case.
Well, it just reclaimed in 2 minutes. I would really be surprised if CDEC doesn't try to hide ground for stages.
Yeah, I think they should. Maybe they're waiting for the Aghanims on Rubik. That would be a pretty big
At the same time, I guess, yeah, I mean, in some ways, maybe this game gets even easier when CDEC have more farm, but it feels like a pretty crushing advantage now. Aegis, Cheese, big round of new items likely coming soon.
Oh, I think that was the one they're waiting for. The refresher on Doom.
Yeah.
The double delete, right? That's.
Oh, you know, his components must have been
on the courier.
Yeah, we didn't see anything.
So
obviously, we all know how good refresher Eggs is. Just
does he actually have enough mana
5v3
right now to use everything?
Yeah, he does. He's got the Shivas, so he has enough.
Okay.
It's 375 plus 500, so he's got plenty.
Yeah.
875.
There's no mana burning capabilities.
He can even get off the double Shivas.
All right. It's go time.
I don't think they need to be sneaky.
Just walk in. Yeah. That's what I said like last time. Before they even had the refresh.
They want that easy pick off. Let's make this smooth. That's the call for CDEC.
The only way that Mineski can win this fight is like a Static Storm on top. Because there's an Aghanim Static Storm. It doesn't matter if you have BKBs. So
what's the setup though? That's the worry. If they're gonna jump on a Jesse back off the bat, they will kill off one. Now Doom, one committed.
Okay.
For a second, he's got a BKB available, but can't use it because of the Aghanim Static Storm. Unfortunately, it's gonna end. So he tracks up. He gets pushed out. BKBs, refreshes. He's gonna rearm and re-engage in a second. Now Mineski needs to get the hell away. Gardner with the stolen claw bolt. Does not have the eggs, but it won't matter. More heroes. The bodies just lining the carpets of the Mineski home. Their home is not only in trouble, it has been thoroughly ransacked, raided, and destroyed.
We need buyback. Do we have
Now,
buyback?
Another stun on Nkuku. The hook shot's there as well. Gonna catch him out, trying to focus him down. Aggressive with the level death. Nkuku traps inside the cogs. Not off easy. Quaffle was dying there, but this was one of those moments. Touchdown next. And it looks like this may just be the end for Mineski. Still 5 heroes alive. XZ taunting with another hook. Let's see, is it CDEC's turn to dive for Fountain? Try to force.
They're control. They're control. They're gonna just go for the buildings. They'll play it safe. They rotate top. Now they're gonna go for the throw. Meanwhile, hook shot is gonna go in. Raging Potato is raging dead. As we see GG being called out. Mineski had a really good run throughout that mid game, but not gonna be much.
As much as they can get track gold and try to come back, they have good roast potential. This was just never a lineup that's meant to just be straight, like to be even going in.
Yep.
And they're not going to take objectives aside from rotation. That to me was the really big issue with the draft. I think Mineski played it reasonably well. I felt like the bounty hunter didn't get